Yo, what's good, everybody? This your boy JTL, aka Out from the North. We got a great show for y'all today here on the JVJ Network. But before I get started, make sure y'all subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And also go over to my original channel, Out from the North 18. Yes, the number 18. Go ahead and subscribe. All right. So let me go ahead, get the people on the panel to do their thing. So Jive, you go ahead and start it off, brother.
Hey man, you know it. I'm No Jive, and I do a podcast on my channel for I hope politics, the now. Hey, if you check business, whatever. That's reality with No Jive, and also got a gaming channel where I do my thug dizzle on that, but that's on No Jive TV.
All right. So y'all make sure y'all go check the brother out. Then we got my boy JV. Go ahead, introduce yourself, let them know what it is.
What's up, y'all, man? We back again. It's your boy, Let's Talk with JVJ. Yeah, as y'all know, I got a YouTube channel, talk about relationships and stuff. And if y'all looking for anybody that's in the, on the screen right here, everybody is linked in the description box. So y'all make sure y'all hit the description box. If y'all need to go and sub up to everybody, support the content creators. And also hit that like button when you come in.
Hit that like button when you come in. All right. Y'all heard everybody what we had to say on the panel. All right. So the first thing I want to say, this is going to be a series, right? So this is the first part one of the series, which is called Who Are You to Tell Black Women Anything? I probably should say black female because there's a difference between black women and females. All right. So the narrative of this is we always hear a lot of women in general say they want to know what's going on with a man. And then when a man tells them what's going on and what he wants and how he feels, that could be an issue. Now we got into this place where the movement, quote unquote, is, well, her body, her choice, her life and all that. And I respect that. But at the same time, don't put us in a situation where we have to be honest, whether you like it or not. So this is where we're at. We're at the table having this conversation, and it's time to have this conversation. All right. So I got a video queued up for y'all, and I want y'all to go ahead, pay attention closely, and then I'm going to come back and give more information on why we think we have the right to say anything to black women. All right, JV, you ready?
I'm ready for it. Hey, you got 2 comments in here already. Got one from Philip. Philip said, "Shipmates."
What up, Philip?
What up? What's good?
We also have the Miss Alexis in here. She said, "A."
Hey.
I don't know if she called the intro. She might be happy if she called the intro. That might be what she said A for.
That's that bounce, man. That's that bounce, baby.
Here, let me get that video up there. Boom.
Put that video up. I'm gonna go ahead. Everybody mute until the video's done.
Let's get it.
But Dajah Keys from Chicago, but she moved down to Atlanta. She decided she wanted to speak on the topic as well. And this is what she had to say.
So I woke up the other morning with people tagging me, asking me to speak on a topic that Jada said pertaining to men not loving women like they did back in the 80s and the 90s. Now, after talking to my dad and my grandparents, I think we deal with a lot of the same issues they used to deal with now back then. But I think the only difference that Jada was trying to make was cheating wasn't as accessible as it is now back then because they didn't have much technology. Now, at the click of a button, a man can cheat. Not only that, the genre of music was just different. Like men used to literally rap and sing about loving on a woman and spending the rest of his life with her. Now, a lot of men rap about dogging women and literally passing himself around to as many women as he can.
These modern
All right.
All right. So, first of all, before I get to it, I want to get you guys' perspective. No job. What do you think about what the young lady had to say? Because I don't know if you've seen the actual video for Jada Cleese or whatever her name is, little baby mama.
Okay.
She was saying how you saw it before.
No, I didn't see it.
Okay, so that's why I was gonna break it down into what the other young lady said. So she was talking about how her and the girls feel that men don't respect women, they don't worship the ground that they walk on anymore, not like the 90s and the 80s. So
Right.
she came in and says she feels as though it's because it's more accessibility for men to cheat and not respect women. So that's what she feels that's what Jada was saying. So when you hear what she said, what did you feel from listening to that clip?
I I honestly feel like she might have that perspective because of her own observance.
Uh-huh.
I don't think that it's that way because men are not like a creature of comfort. They're a creature of habit, and if men were loving on women back then, they still loving on women to this day. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? And I feel like she might have a narrow-minded perspective.
Okay, so let me ask you a follow-up question with that. Do you think that, of course, men still love on women, but do you think it's changed, like she said, because of the internet and
Nah, nah,
accessibility? Not
nah,
whatsoever, not
nah,
whatsoever.
nah, nah.
Okay,
It's
okay,
always been the same. Whether we snuck it on the beeper, whether we snuck it on the pager. Come on, man. It's always been the same.
mm, okay, okay. I can get with that. All right, JV, what you think? How you felt about the clip?
I actually going to the question that you asked to Jive.
Okay,
I believe that here it hasn't changed in the sense of what men are supposed to do, but it has changed in the sense of because when I heard you say technology, I kind of got an idea of where I think you might take it. We have a greater ability to get access to women now, and
uh-huh,
women have a greater. It's vice versa. They can pretty much get in touch with people that are across the country in a whole nother country or whatever now. So
uh-huh,
some of the things that I think guys were boxed into where you had to do certain things because you only had access to a certain amount of women in your town or your city or whatever it was. Now with the access of everybody's on the internet, I believe it has slacked in some of the things that guys do for women because you have an option. If she don't want to do it, the next one will.
okay.
So that's my perspective on what she said. But it hasn't changed to the level of what she's trying to make it out to be.
Mm, okay, okay. I hear both of
Oh,
y'all
you got a couple
perspectives.
comments too, man. You got a couple
Okay, let me know. Throw them in there. Let me see what they're talking about.
see Philip says shout out to the panel and shout out to Pink Book Lessons.
Definitely
Uh
shout out to Pink Book.
yes, sir. He came back with another one said what she's really saying is how come men don't simp as hard as they used to back in the day, back in the 80s and the
Mm.
90s. I like that.
Mm.
Uh
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Death Note came in the building and said Jive Mike acting up. I heard that too.
Yeah, it might always crack, slap, snackle, and pop. We you'll get over it just like a single female who smoke detector alarm always beep beep.
Beep.
So that's it. We don't even pay attention to it no more. All right. So I'm glad that y'all
Oh,
brothers
you got
said
one
what
more.
y'all
My
said.
bad. Yeah, one more.
What you got?
Oh, and Philip said her mother and aunties have totally messed her head up really bad.
Okay, cool. All right, so y'all, when y'all do y'all comments, we're not gonna get to them right away all the time. I'm gonna find a point where we break in and ask for y'all, see what y'all saying. All right, so let me get back to what I'm trying to point out with this video. All right, she had the right to air out her grievances and give her perspective. The chick Jada, she had the right to give her perspective and all of that. Okay, I don't have a problem with it. Now I do have a problem when they say certain things that make no sense. First and foremost, Jada is like 25. This other young lady, I think she about 27, something like that. So no offense, but they wasn't old enough to really see what happened in the 90s. If you're getting born in like 96, 97, you wasn't really around in the 90s or coherent what was going on. Your pamper was still getting changed. So you definitely wasn't nowhere near in the 80s to see what happened. Okay, I'm a proud 80s baby. I was born in 84. So I got to see parts of the 80s and I got to see the whole 90s, the whole 2000 to 2010. We in 22 right now. So
Right.
even in my 80s, being born in 84, I don't know. I didn't know exactly what was going on. I'm just learning life and all. I'm a kid. I'm just a kid. So when they give their perspective, it bothers me because a lot of them say stuff that makes no sense. But still, they have the right, and then we have the right to go ahead, break it down, and show why it didn't make no sense. We just use it as examples. My thing is the reason why I feel like I got a reason to say something about black women. I'm gonna tell y'all after I let the panel tell you their side first. So since JV is not on the screen, he then snuck off somewhere to go get a brass monkey or something. I'm gonna go ahead and go to Jive.
Right.
See how you feel. What do you think in your mind gives you the right to say anything about black women, whether it's their hair, the way they talk, the way they carry themselves, them long nails, the snuffleupagus, eyelashes, attitude, or whatever? Why would you have anything to say about black women, and why you think you have the right? Go ahead.
All right. So I'm a black woman connoisseur. Uh, what that means, hey man, what that means is that like I love black women, and I
Ditto.
understand. I have like a affinity for them, so I would and do uh broadcast what I'm attracted to. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
if she's natural, if she wearing those big can't do nothing nails like them like a Jurassic Park claw and shit like that. Nah, man. I can't have that. You know what I'm saying? I like it natural. And I respect the sister more when she's natural, when she tries to be natural. You know what I'm saying? Rather than when she is, you know, hoodified and if she it's the thought, man. I can't respect that. She got low mod. I mean, she gotta have self respect, man. She gotta have self respect, and I just
Well, let me
I'm attracted to.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I
Yeah,
gotta ask you something. I see where you're going, but let me see if I can ask you something else. All right. If you
all
love
right.
black women so much and you're such a black woman connoisseur, all right, then why, regardless of whatever they do, you wouldn't just love them regardless? Why you think you should say something? Like, why you think you should correct them if they doing something you don't like? Even though a lot of them may be doing it, what does it matter to you? Because you can only choose one. If you decide to
Right.
get with somebody to get married, you can only choose one. So what right do you have to say anything about the collective?
Well, you know, if I have a perspective that, you know, if the woman I'm choosing, right, she has to carry herself a certain way.
Uh
If she's running with a pack of females that aren't carrying themselves a certain like I would like, I'm not gonna be attracted to her because usually she's doing it too. You see what I'm
right.
saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I guess that would give me a perspective on the matter. I, I
Okay.
like
Okay.
I like what I like. I mean, I could tell you, all right, I could tell her, hey, you're not acting right. That's not acting that's not good. That's not good for the culture. That's not good for our relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like you a woman gotta carry herself a certain way, and a man should too. And that's what we all about on his JVJ channel, Ops channel, and of course, you know, I got all the commentary on both. So you know what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. So JV, now it's time to ask you this question. Who the hell do you think you are to be making all these damn videos, talking trash about all these wonderful, immaculate, queenness, independent, self-sufficient black women? When you see something wrong, like what right do you think you have to say any damn thing to a black woman?
Well, first off, I'm gonna steal something from Kevin Samuels, something that he used to say because I loved it.
Okay.
Black women, just so they know, y'all belong to us the same way that we belong to y'all. I see myself in you every time I walk around every day. So I'm not gonna let myself do messed up stuff and not say anything about it. And that's a big problem that we have in society right now with the men and the women, regardless of what community you live in. We have a lot of people right now that feel like you cannot call somebody out, you cannot shame somebody for bad behaviors. Right. And you see how far it's gotten in our community. So I feel like I have every right before a white man step in here, before a Mexican man, an Asian man step in here and say something to my sisters. I need to be the first one in line to check my own sisters. So just off of me being a black man, I believe I have the right to correct bad behavior, and vice versa. They have the right to correct me.
Okay. So when they tell you, well, I don't give a damn how you feel about it. All this, we belong to each other. No, we don't. I'm independent. I make more money than you. I'm more educated than you. I got more shit than you got. So what make you think you got the right to tell me anything if you not doing the same things I'm doing or better? So what would you say to that when they try to argue with you? How do you address that? Do you address that? Do you walk away? What you do?
Well, in my situation, if a girl say that to me, like, I'm gonna entertain it because I like these type of conversations. I'm like, let's break it down. Then the first question I would ask is, are you a Christian? Do you believe in God? And as soon, most of them always say yes. So it's like, okay, now you done box yourself in. Because if you go by the word of God, God tells you that I'm the head. Regardless, men are the leaders of the community. Men,
right?
We're just the leaders. I'm not going to go and get in no philosophical crap or nothing like that. But the word of God tells you that. So if you want to throw in, regardless of what you do for a living, how much money you got, at the end of the day, God didn't say nothing about that. He talked about God the Father, God the Son. He talked about God, he talked about the husband, he talked about the wife, and he talked about the children. There's a hierarchy that we have to abide by. So if you want to start off with that, I'm gonna just hit you with the God thing first. But at the end of the day, it comes down to I'm just gonna leave it right there. Let's keep going. I'm gonna leave it right there.
All right, cool. Okay, so now I'm gonna give my perspective. But first, do we have anybody that put any comments up?
Oh yeah,
that we need to chat real quick. All right. Okay, let's do it.
Let's see. Philip came in and said exactly. That's why I said her mother and auntie messed her head up. They told him all about the symptoms that used to happen, and now the daughters want that to happen. He also came back and said the simping to the 80s to the 90s was incredible. All right. Death Note said,
I was there.
Yeah, man. All them love songs, R&B songs. Death Note came in, I think, when you asked that question about why do you have the right to say something, he says, I have the right as the head of my household and a man in my community. And then Philip came and said, if black women can critique black men can and should be able to critique them. Ooh, these messing me up right now. Okay. And then he also said Kevin Samuels is smiling up above now that black men are now having these conversations. That was the last one.
All right, cool. Right. Appreciate y'all guys and y'all coming. I'm with y'all wholeheartedly. Okay, so my thing
in here right now.
Shout out to everybody. Make sure y'all hit that like button on your way in and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. All right.
Right.
So my thing is this. I definitely agree with both you guys say. And within my experiences in life and things and the work that I've done in the community, I've seen how, especially if a woman's a mother, how it affects the children. Me working with the youth for so many years and volunteering or without getting paid for it, or just, giving my time. I've seen how it affected the children. So I've actually had one-on-one conversations with parents, especially mothers, about the way their child is doing something and what maybe they can implement in the household by letting them know that your child said this. This is why they act like this when they get away from you. So if I care about the community, it has to go from me, woman, child. So I still have to care about your well-being when it comes to these children because you're the one raising them. Now, if y'all haven't got a chance to see it, Pink Book Lessons made a video the other day about a mother, ratchet mother in Orlando, went to somebody's cookout, and it was later in the evening, around 10 o'clock or something like that. Her and her daughter went over there, daughter 10 years old now. She go over there, starting confusion, get into it with one of the hosts, which was the lady of the house. They get into a physical altercation, but the lady that went over there, she hit the lady first. So, of course, the other lady got in there behind. She handed her purse to her daughter. Now, Pink said something that was interesting. Did she teach her daughter to do this? Because her daughter reached in the purse and a couple shots into the lady. She went to the hospital and passed. Now, kind of find out either it was within that same year or when she was 9 years old. This same little 10-year-old girl got into an altercation with one of her family members and poked her, and she didn't heal, and she passed away. So this little two girl got two bodies at 10 years old. Two bodies.
Yes.
So when she hit the neighbor, she said she shouldn't have put her hands on my mama. Now, what kind of ratchetness are you raising into your daughter? So this is going to be perpetuated into my son's future, to his little brother's future, to anybody else who has kids' future. This is what the type of women that we're seeing more of and what they're going to have to deal with. So, of course, I'm going to say something. If you cool with me protecting, providing, professing, all that bullshit that Steve Harvey said, then you should be also cool with me giving critique. Now, it's not like I'm one of the cats that haven't done nothing in my community, that don't deal with women, don't deal with children, don't deal with other brothers. So you damn right I got the right to say something. Somebody has to stand up and say something to actually get things in order. That's just like even with the knuckleheads. Now, like I said, if y'all haven't had a chance, definitely go check me out on Out from the North 18, my YouTube channel, so you can see all the other things I highlighted. Just like the same thing that Pink Book Let's highlight this, I also highlight brothers that are messing up in the community and what they need to do to get better. Because I'm dealing with them too. But this is not about them right now. This is about Black women. All right? So you may like it, you may not like it. But like Jay said, Josh said the same thing, I said the same thing. Y'all have the right to critique us as well. Because when they speak about Future, they speak about Nick Cannon, we're already past that. We're already doing that same thing. So you don't even have to worry about us, sugarcoating nothing because a guy does this and it's okay and it's fine for him to get away with it. But no, that's not what it is, especially not over here. All right. So I want to go ahead to the panel real quick, ask a couple questions. So I'm gonna start with you, Jai. When it comes to protecting a Black woman in an instance, what give me 3 ways that you would protect a Black woman, whether you're with her or not.
Well, obviously, there's the physical. There's a physical aspect, emotional, and definitely I could give her some lessons on. I could give her financial lessons. You know what I'm saying? Like, I protect her with my presence. I protect her with again with my what do you call it? Well, that's my 3. That's my 3. I would protect her physical, financial, and I'm mentoring. You know what I'm saying? In other words.
Oh, you basically in your leadership.
Right.
Okay. Because I wanted to ask you something on that. So you kind of touched on that when you said basically with leadership. So when you're trying to help protect a woman, sometimes I think protection can also come in for as far as the leadership and verbal, right? Like when you tell a woman, because a lot of women get mad about this nowadays. She say she about to go out with her friends, and she got on some shit that's borderline scandalous.
Right.
Would you agree that's part of protection? Like, listen, you don't want to wear stuff like that because I know how
100%.
guys could be So you may not want to wear that. Now she may look at you like you try to be controlling and all that. Now let me
Right.
ask you real quick: how would you address that situation? Would you argue with her? Would you try to tell her out of love why you don't want her to wear that, or would you say I can't deal with you?
Right. If the qualifications of our relationship is anything, uh, my cousin, my daughter, my aunt,
Mm,
anybody in my circle, I would definitely address that concern because you know what, sometimes what you wear can attract the wrong attention for you. You know what I'm saying? You go out there, you think it's appropriate for the environment, but it might not. It might not be an appropriate at this club. You know what I'm saying? So
mm,
again, you could attract wrong attention from the wrong type of guy. You know, I mean, I don't have to say it, but a lot of times people fall victim to getting clocked over the head. So I'm just saying,
mm.
you know,
Okay.
yeah.
So same question for you, JV. List three ways that you would protect a woman.
Well, I'm still like two of Jive's. Obviously, the physical protection.
Okay.
If we're together, I got you. Well, I ain't got no choice but to get you. Hopefully, you ain't getting me in no mess, but I got
Mm,
you.
Right.
I'm gonna physically protect you. I'm gonna relay knowledge to you, like my leadership knowledge, whatever. I'm gonna try to explain things because women don't honestly understand how a lot of men think. So like going to the stuff with the clothes, like wearing certain skimpy clothes out the house, a guy will understand. If you're, let's say you're going to the club, you a girl that's with a man, but you're going out with your homegirls, whatever, which would never happen in
mm.
my situation. We ain't doing that. But
Yeah, allowing that,
nah, that
huh?
ain't happening. But if like, let's say for any type of female, you're gonna go out to a club where there's alcohol involved, where there's testosterone and a whole lot of estrogen going on, and you wearing skimpy stuff. I'm gonna try to relay some knowledge to you to hopefully keep you out of certain situations
Mm,
because you can do what you want to do. And I think that's the biggest thing that a lot of women argue for. They want to be able to do what they want to do. The issue that they're not coming to terms with is there are consequences that follow your actions. So if you put
mm,
yourself in a position, you gotta be ready to deal with it. So I would try to impart that knowledge. Like, look, you can avoid a lot of problems going covered up a little bit more instead of going showing your whole body off. So I would try to relay knowledge. I'm gonna protect her, and then yeah, the financial part. The financial part is always gonna be there because that's what any man that claims to be a real man knows he has to do. And honestly, when a man does it, kind of takes pride in it. So I'm gonna try to financially
Right.
provide for you to the best of my ability at that time.
okay. All right. Before I say anything, we got anything in the chat?
Oh yeah, yeah, we got some man.
All
Look, you
right.
getting comments over here, man. Let's see.
Okay, go ahead.
Death Note said the matriarchal black community leaves both men and women highly emotional.
Mm.
Rationality and masculinity needs a return. Philip was pointing up at the comment. And then he also said, Death Note agreed. Alexis came in with a comment and said, at my age, there are just certain places I don't want to go with or without my man. Without my man. Bar or club, that's a no-go. That was the last one
Mm.
right there.
Okay, okay, cool. All right. So just in case anybody wondering about why I'm doing this line of questioning with me and the brothers, is because, like I said, if women got the right to voice their opinion and whatever they want to say, that's how we doing over here right now. We just voicing our opinion about what we feel about why would we? Why are we so concerned? Why do we make sure that we continuously do this? It's because a lot of people nowadays don't really care like they used to. They want to use the same excuse that, this person is grown, they do what they want. But the funny thing is, a lot of this stuff ends up coming to our front door, whether it comes through your spouse, other family members, or it comes through your children. Some kind of way it's going to come there. So I think, in my personal opinion, it's time for us to get proactive instead of always just trying to be reactive.
Right.
The same way, and I'm sure the brothers up here can agree, they did service for our country. It's training involved for real situations that are bound to happen. That's what we
Right.
got to start doing within life. The same way that we used to back in the days teach our children about stranger danger and all of that stuff. You had to prepare and prep them for this world and things that go on outside the door, and even some situations that God forbid can come to your house, inside your house. You know what I'm saying? About what would you do if God forbid somebody breaks in? What would you do if there's a fire? What would you do? Whatever. We used to prep each other and our children for this stuff. So
Definitely.
that's why I'm having this conversation. Like I said, it's going to be other people that I'm going to bring in, interview, ask their questions from their different perspectives. Not only guys, but I'm also going to have women on here give their perspective, because I know some women that other women get mad because they do that. They want to call them quote unquote pick me's, but they've already been picked, most of them. Whether you like it or not, this is what it is. So we're going to have women in that are constantly working on getting themselves together, and the ones that are in the position that they're happy to be in with their husband. This is what we
Right.
need to showcase more of. And this is what's so great about what JV has been able to bring together, especially on his channel. Like, if y'all don't know, make sure y'all go over there. Let's talk with JV. He has women over there. Description. He has women over there giving their perspective. Different women, different age ranges, different parts of the country and everything. But this is something that we really need to see way more of. All right. So definitely understand that we're doing it from a place of love. Now it may be tough, but it's still love there in that. Okay.
Right.
All right. So I want to ask JV something. Let's have a little fun real quick, guys. All right.
Here we go.
I mean, it's still gonna be something serious. We didn't talk about this before, but it's still gonna be kind of fun.
All
So
right.
JV, how do you know when you see a young lady that she might be your type? You know, she's attractive to you, whatever your measures of attractiveness is to you, and you want to step to her. All right, what is it about her that you may see as attractive, but you might see something that's unattractive and be like, nah, I don't think I'm gonna step to shorty. So let's say you going to the store or whatever, you see a young lady, she's attractive and whatever you like, but in her appearance, what could be something that'll throw you off?
Oh man, there's a lot. Nails. If I see long nails, not messing with you. If I see weave, like, and I ain't talking like, because I know girls wear weave, but I'm talking about like these different colors, like purple, pink, and all that stuff. I'm gonna be a little deterred. Uh, Weight is always one, and height. Height will be one.
Okay.
I don't date chicks that are taller than me.
All right. So what if everything else passed? You go to talk to the young lady, and within the first minute, what could be something that could throw you off from wanting to talk to this chick when
First
y'all go
off,
to talk?
I'll say the way that she talks. First off, like, is she pronunciating the words, or is she got that hood stuff? And then, like, usually when I have conversations with females right from the get go, I try to throw a little insult in there to see how they'll react to it. So man, it's just like, I'm like, oh, you got your nails done? She's like, oh yeah, I got them done last week. I'm like, man, you need to go back. And I'll say something like that just to see how she
might get
reacts.
punched.
Hey, look, it works.
All right, so when you ask that question, do you do like this?
Nah, I just sit there and look at her and start laughing. Because I try to play it off like it's a joke, but it's really just a test to see how you react to that statement. So if they catch an attitude right then and there, I'm like, nah. But I usually look at how they converse. Like, do they know how to talk like a normal human being, or do they talk like they still in College Park? And then how they respond to that joke that I always throw at them.
Okay. All right. Jive, same two questions for you. Appearance, and then within the first minute of having a conversation.
Yeah. So
It's been
Sweating like a pastor over here.
nah.
I've been moving all day. I'm in black.
Nah.
Well, go ahead, Jive.
So for me, weight is an issue, intellect, and within the first minute, like if I speak to you and you're not bringing a conversation on a certain level, I'm just not gonna be interested. I'm just gonna probably friend zone you, or just not even call you again, or even talk to you again. Might leave you at the table. if I see you and I'm attracted, things I'm attracted to is gonna be, you know, again, like I said before, natural hair, no makeup, uh, or very little, you know, and again, you know, not attracted to weave at all. But a sister could show up with it, but you know, I'm gonna need to see that hair length. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You know, you know what I mean. All right, so even sisters with short hair, but it can't be ridiculous. Like JVJ said, nothing too colorful. You know what I'm saying? There,
Okay,
there's
okay.
there's a standard.
Now I want to ask. Oh, you got something else you want to say?
No. Go ahead.
Okay. Uh, let me check on the comments first. I don't want to build up too much. What's up with the comments?
We got Philip had threw in one right before the last section. He said, "Not a friend, a man, because eventually he's going to feel like a true simp if he feels like he's getting nothing out of it." I think he was referring back to the previous comments.
Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna bounce another question on y'all. I'm gonna start with you, JV.
All right.
How do you determine what's gonna be one chick that you smash and what's gonna be the chick that you will wipe up?
Now, see, it goes back to that previous question that you just asked, because like you was asking me, would I keep on going, or will I just go ahead and dip slide?
Yeah, yeah. Explain the smash. Explain the smash
Yeah, the
first.
smash is like all the things that I said, like because if I'm out and about, which I'm never really out and about, but if I am, I'm probably at a drinking establishment or someplace that serves alcohol and we're doing other stuff. Like my favorite place down
Okay.
here is Top Golf. I like to go swing golf clubs. But if it comes down to smash, like they're like I'll talk to a chick and let's say she do all that nonsense or whatever. I'm like, all right, bet, whatever. Let it get close to closing time or it's time for me to leave. If she's still there, I might go back and be like, hey man, what's up? Well, hey, what you doing tonight? Or something like that. But like the smash part, I
I
have
mean,
limits.
what is it? What is it gonna be about her appearance that you'd be like, that's just a chick I would smash, whether you talk to her or not. Let's just say her
Appearance?
appearance.
Well,
Just
appearance
off
would be
appearance.
height, weight, all the things I said before, height, weight, hair, and nails. Hair and
Mm.
nails. That'll
So
determine if I smash or not.
so the aesthetics.
Yeah.
Okay, so she might be wearing weave, but it's fine to smash. She might got them Freddy Krueger's on, but you might still smash.
Yeah.
She might be, what my girl Pink would say, she might have on her Magic City uniform.
Ooh, she might get smashed.
She might get smashed. All right. All right. Now, cuff.
Oh,
Cuff.
cuff.
Now, I'm gonna add one more caveat to that, not just the aesthetics, but also the way she's carrying herself.
Okay. What would make me actually cuff her? It's
Man,
gonna
no, I'm
well.
saying put her in that category that you might actually approach her
Mhm.
thinking that, oh, I like her appearance, and I'm seeing how she moving. Like, let's say even if you've seen her like 2 or 3 times in passing,
Mhm.
what do you
Mhm.
think would be those two things with the looks of her appearance and also the way she was carrying herself when you seen her that made you kind of think like, I might actually try to talk to this one.
Well, here you go. If I seen her in passing a couple times,
Mm-hmm.
I've probably like, especially if she's caught my eye, I'm probably gonna see how she operates. So I'm gonna see how she converses with other people, her body language with other people, and then I'm also gonna look at the people that she's around because most chicks ain't out here by themselves. So I'm gonna look at
True.
the company that she keeps, and then I'll base it off of that. Like, because usually like the chicks that I decided I'm gonna deal with. And if I frequent a certain place, because usually most of the places I go, man, I talk to the people that work there. Like that's what
Mm-hmm.
it usually comes down to. It ain't more of like random chicks that I just happen to run across. So like, let's say I go to a place and I see like this girl, she's a great bartender. She keeps the conversation going. She always asks you if you need something. She's very polite. She talks eloquently and stuff like that. I'll go to the spot like 2-3 times. And then it gets to the point like, man, look, I keep seeing this chick, man. Let me go and holler at her. But it's really gonna come down to all those things that the aesthetics got to look right, obviously, but then it comes down to like how she converses with people, her body language, how she treats other people, the crowd she keeps, stuff like that.
Okay, I'm with that. See, and see that's why I threw that in there about you being able to see her a couple of times because we don't always, as guys like women think, we don't every young lady we see, we just trying to come at her and smash her. We actually have this thing in our brain that make us be like, I'm gonna approach this young lady different. Matter of fact, we ain't even saying shorty, we ain't even saying this little chick, this little broad. We saying this young lady, we saying this, you know what I'm saying? We saying respectful things about her.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I threw that in there. So, Jive, same two questions for you. First one,
Right.
when you see a chick, what would make you think, yeah, I smashed that?
Nah,
It don't take that long to
definitely.
think about it. You already know. You already
Hey,
know. You already know.
definitely. Physical attraction.
Mhm.
Uh, unavoidable. Feminine energy. Um, hell. If it matters if we drinking or not, and
Okay. Okay.
she's showing your boy some attention. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. A little something,
Um,
something.
right.
Feeding your ego. Okay.
Right. You know,
Okay.
I gotta have something to feed off of. Um, like a damn vampire. You know what I'm saying? But to the second part of the question, what makes me, consider a woman a wife or working up to that. Um, you know, I guess she got to be dependable. She got to show me
Mm.
in a multitude of ways that she's caring. Um, and definitely it comes down to if she's all of the stuff above and below, she definitely comes down to the company, because if you have a good girl that keeps bad company, I mean, it's just a loss, man. It's a lost cause. It's a
Mm.
loss.
I'm with you on that. So before I say anything, back to the chat. JV, what we got out there in the chat? What they talking about?
Defno had one comment. He said, "No one mentioned masculine energy."
Hmm.
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't mention it either. I think I kind of like referred to it a little bit when I said like how she conveys herself, like how she converses and stuff. But yeah, I'm sorry, Defno. I did not say masculine energy, but yes,
But
that
I
would be
said
one.
feminine energy,
That
right?
is true. You did say that. But yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
Okay. So I'm gonna still pose the same question to the guys, the one and two. What would be a smash and what would be a cuff? All right. So for the fellas in the chat, y'all go ahead and give me y'all one and two. What would be the first one? What would be something you would just smash? And the second one, what would make you think this is the one I want to cuff? All right. So for me, pretty much same thing fellas said. I'm looking at the Magic City uniform. This does not look like a young lady that you can take serious, right? She got on tight coochie cutters, breast sticking out of a turtleneck. You know what I'm saying? She got the tramp stamp on the back. I'm like,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. She fat. I'll knock that down. All right, but cuffing wise, the women that catch my eye and even make me think that off appearance, like she got a nice smile. You know what I'm saying? Her face is right. You know what I'm saying? Like her hair, she ain't got a bunch of weave and all that crap. She's dressed conservatively, first and
Right.
foremost. Then she ain't got on them damn ugly ass sandals. She not weaving and sandaling it up. All right. She, I don't like that. And unless she's working out, she ain't wearing no damn sneakers. You can't have on a nice dress or something and then have on some damn Nike. That's
Right.
a huge turnout for me. All right. So she gonna have on some nice heels, like low heels. It ain't gotta be no high heels, low heels below 3 inches or whatever. And the way she carries herself, the way she's taught, she's polite. Hello, how you doing and stuff like that. You don't have to be her guy. You don't have to be her type. But she's polite in the way she talks. She speaks well. You can tell she carries herself intelligently, and she moves like a respectable woman. So that's the young lady that I'm gonna think differently about. Just I'm gonna look at her appearance. I'm gonna look at how she carries herself, how she walks, definitely how she talks. And if I've seen her a few times, I'm gonna see the company that she keeps. Are she around other young ladies that carry themselves as well? Because if she is, and I want to holler at her, guess what? If she got a couple single friends that are good women like her, I'm gonna put my boys down. Not my dogs that cheaters and crazy. I'm talking about my guys that are doing something in life, that are working hard, they just haven't found the right one yet. They've been focused on what they need to be focused on. They ain't got a lot of drama going in their life. So I'm gonna see if the ladies mirror that. Okay, forget that opposites attract crap. The only thing that's gonna be opposite about us is I'm gonna be the masculine one and she's gonna be the feminine one. That's gonna be the only thing that's gonna be opposite about us because we're gonna go ahead we're gonna go ahead and accommodate each other in that way. So guys, I wanna hear what y'all feel on that and then we're gonna come to the comments in a short second. Give y'all a minute to say how y'all feel about that. Okay. Now I wanna ask you guys when it comes to rearing children. How do you think, when it comes to rearing children, how important is it that the woman that you're dealing with is following your lead so that way, even when the children try to do something slick, like you tell your kids, no, you can't have candy this time of night, ice cream, whatever, whatever, soda and all that, that you want to make sure that your kids, if they go to mama and try to pull that one over her eyes, that wool over her eyes, that she gonna have you back. No, your father already said that. So how important is it to you, Jive, that your woman is on your same program so you can rear your children the right way?
Oh, 100. Damn. Whether I say 100%, 1,000%, GD, get it? No, absolutely, 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 man. There's just no question about it. They try to pull a fast one, man. She better be quick on the damn belt. You know what I'm saying?
Now I gotta ask you another question on that
Yeah.
because we had this conversation last night on Let's Talk with JV. So I'm gonna throw this in the show today. When you talking to a young lady, do you ever think about or try to have those conversations like that when it comes to real children, when it comes to politics, when it comes to spirituality or religion? Do you try to have those upfront conversations versus the attitude of whatever will be, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there?
I don't ever at a point say it will be what it is or we that's irresponsible. We would have to speak about it, get to know about each other more, and
Hmm.
definitely talk about rearing kids and you know uh we just so that we don't have miscommunications and she thinks she's gonna run down to the courthouse or some shit and sign people up for slavery or some shit like that. I ain't even trying to have that, man. Yeah, that's my answer to that. That's just not going, no go, no
So it's
go.
important to have those conversations up front.
Yeah.
Okay. So JV, I'm gonna ask you the same thing. First question: how important do you think it is that the woman is on your program when it comes to rearing the children?
It's a 10 out of 10.
Hmm.
10 out of 10. I ain't that's how my parents raised us. Actually, well, I think it was probably like maybe like a 7 out of 10 with them because we always knew we could sneak over to mom and be like, "Hey, mom, I need some batteries for my Game Boy." Your daddy, what your daddy say? It's like, well, daddy said no. It's like, well, how many you need? Like my mom always be the one. She was always that buffer, but I think the girl that I'm with, she's gonna have that regardless of whatever. Like I can't put my foot down on everything, so there's always gonna be that mom to child type relationship that I can't break up, but it's got to be in a respectable way. But I would say a 10 out of 10. Hope for the
Right.
best,
That
plan for
that
the
that
worst.
comment is real. Like, defining the characteristic of that relationship, that's definitely real. Yeah.
Mm. All right, JV, the second one. How important is it to have those type of questions up front when you're dating or trying to get serious to make sure that it's even worth your time and effort to even try to get serious with a young lady?
I usually like in the sense upfront when we first meet, exchange information and stuff like that. Not having that type of conversation, even if I'm at the bar or I'm at
Right.
the because I don't go to clubs, but if I'm out and about doing something, like I'm at a restaurant or some stuff like that, I'm not having that conversation at that point when we first
Right.
meet. But first date, we're getting right into it. And it's highly important to have those conversations because it's going to let me know whether I'm wasting my time right now. And I'll talk about it. Like, look, man, who you vote for? What's your political beliefs? You believe in God? And then, yeah, we got to cover those things. And now how many kids you want to have? Like, those are like first 30 minutes of being out on a date that are going to come out. And probably we might have these things in the car before we even get to wherever we're going because you might say the right thing that I could just whoop, whoop, then go and turn this thing around and gonna take you back to the house before I even get started.
Oh, damn, somebody just called me. Somebody just paged me. You ain't got no paper. Yeah, I left it at the house. I got to go get it.
Got a family emergency, man.
Okay. I'm with that. All right. Before I say anything, what we got in the chat? What everybody say?
We got Alexis. Alexis said solid cools. And then she came back and corrected and said solid colors. So I don't know what she's talking about, solid colors.
Oh, she talking about, I think she's talking about
the black. Yeah. But yeah, that's everything in the chat.
Okay, all right. So I gotta agree with y'all fellas on that. Definitely the right thing because I'm gonna just go ahead and kick it real. Me being a young man, being a young father, that wasn't something that was really had in that conversation. But I wasn't really around guys nowadays where we had these conversations now. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't really taught back then to really have those conversations because it was a big gap from how it used to be back in the days that they would have these conversations and they would teach young brothers that and they would teach the young sisters that. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important. The BS that I went through didn't have to go through because if I would have been having that conversation with somebody, guess what? I would have asked that question and she wouldn't have said the right thing, then I know we couldn't have kids. But too late for that. So it's very important moving forward on that. I don't even think I want to have kids, no more kids after that BS. Just gonna keep it real with y'all. So for anybody who don't have kids, y'all take it serious. Protect your seed. Second part, I would say that now that I know better is to have those questions. I mean, to have that conversation and ask those questions. Because like I said last night, shoot, one of the easiest ones is gonna be what you thought about Kevin Samuels. Like that's gonna be one of my top two questions. Because if she says, "Oh, his tone," or he didn't like black women, it's communicado. It's no more. There's no reason for us to really even take nothing serious.
That's that.
So now I'm gonna. You feel me? Now I'm gonna put you back in the smash category. If I can still smash, I'll do that. But taking you serious, nah, I ain't gonna do that because I'll probably try to make sure I do that before I go to spending money on you at all. Most money I spend is on condoms and gas.
You actually got a comment. You got a comment that wants to be seen. Alexis said no, and then she clarified exactly what she was saying no about. She said, in regards to the mother and father relation, we are a team. Daddy say no, mama say no. Solid colors. Now, as he said, it makes sense to me because I didn't know what she was talking about. I thought she was talking about the shirt, the hat, and stuff.
But yeah, that's what it is, and we got to start having these conversations. You know what I'm saying? For us as men, we got to learn to relate more. We got to network more. If we can pull each other up more, you know what I'm saying? Like in each other's time of need, if possible. But we got to get to building those bonds. You know what I'm saying? To be better. So I'm glad to be here with brothers that's like that, meeting brothers through JV for, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate that because we need more of that. Me and Death Note last night got a chance to chop it up for a good little minute on life and things of that nature. So I definitely got to have that brother on one of the shows. But we need more. We need more of that. You know what I'm saying? We got to be more unified. So I want to ask y'all guys this question. I'm gonna start with you, John. What do you think is making it harder for more men, especially brothers? I know everybody 100% is not gonna be possible. But what do you think overall is making it more difficult for guys to stand on one accord when it comes to women? Is it guys simping, or is it because guys wanting to be alpha males, but not? How do I pose? All right, how do I pose this question? Guys simping, or is it because guys not being man enough to stop simping?
I would say guys simping. Hey, every bird has colors for a reason, and he's gonna try to attract his mate by any means necessary. I mean, that is probably the biggest conflict to a solid majority as far as masculinity. You know what I'm saying? A guy is going to do everything he to impress a woman. Period. And it's going to be tough for you to unify with most of those guys. But again, once you find a solid, real bunch, you stick with them.
Okay. All right. So JV, same question for you. What do you think is harder for making it harder for guys to stand on one accord when it comes to women? Guys simping or guys not being man enough to stop simping?
Well, I think I think it's guys simping, but that's like a multi-layered like problem right there because I think a lot of the guys that are out here simping, you got a few guys that just got it, and they can trick off. But I think that's a small minority. But then you also
Mm,
got the guys out here that have the mindset of scarcity. They don't
mm,
believe there's more women. Well, even if they do believe there's more women on the planet than it is men, they don't believe they have the ability to get them. So when
Right.
they
mm.
do get one, they go above and beyond. So I think it's the simping part,
Okay.
but it's kind of like a double-edged sword, though.
Well, shit.
I would say
You explained that more eloquent than I did, but damn, that's exactly what I mean.
okay. So for me, I would say it's because guys are not man enough to stop simping. And what I
Okay.
mean is, every time we see a situation where a woman is actually committing bad behavior, a guy will still simp. He's not man enough to say that's wrong or to stop trying to come to her defense when she's wrong.
Hmm.
Like, let her be held accountable. I'm not saying beat up, physical abuse or nothing like that. But I'm saying if somebody checking her, what you jumping in for to try to stop? Guys even get mad at women for checking other women. I'm seeing nowadays. A woman will check a woman, then what? Well, I mean, that's her life. What she? No, shut up, shut up. You saying men shouldn't say nothing, but then when women say something, you still sipping. So you simp hard so much that you have a problem when even women hold each other accountable. First, you tell men let women hold each other accountable. Then when they do it, then I still see guys jumping in trying to protect a woman from another woman. That's
Hmm.
moist. That's moist behavior 101. So that's why, in my opinion, it doesn't help when guys are not man enough to stop simping.
Hmm.
Like, you might be simping, but then you get to a point where enough is enough, and you have to stand on your own toes. Stand down on what you believe. You can't just hop around all the time and then just try to go ahead and kiss her ass all the time, and then think that things are going to change. And I know guys who do that. They think that sooner or later a woman's behavior is going to change if I keep being nice, if I keep kissing her behind, I keep expressing myself like a woman. That's what women want. That's not from other women. Like, you can't give that as a man. You got to stand firm. You know what I'm saying? Not making it just about alpha versus beta, but just as a man, because not everybody's gonna be looked at that quote unquote alpha like they the rock or somebody like that. But as a man, you can get respect as a man. Okay.
I changed
So
my answer.
what you got on your answer now? What did you revitalize it to?
I'm gonna take the same thing that I said, besides the initial answer to the question, because like I think it's like a double-edged sword. Like, stop guys from simping, like guys having enough internal fortitude to stop simping, and then men simping. I think they're kind of one and the same, but I think when you say stop the simping, that makes the point even more greater. So I'm gonna change it to that with
Mm,
everything else I said.
okay,
And
okay.
Alexis got a question for you.
What up?
She said question op. She calling you out, man. She said, do you believe in a higher power? For example, do you believe in Jesus/God?
Yes. My thing is now, with the way religion is. and since we've
Hold
been
up, big
so,
screen 'em.
Say what?
oh, he
Big
was saying
screen
put
'em.
me on the full screen.
Oh, you want to go big screen?
That's what he said. He said,
You want to go big screen?
I don't really care.
Boom!
But anyway, like I was saying, I believe in both, but since religion is so messed up, especially these days, and our people been taken away from our homeland, things have changed. Instead of really being Christians, we're Hebrews, right? And it probably go deeper than that. So I'm just saying, I say Yahshua, Yahweh, and stuff like that. But yes,
Right.
I do believe in the higher
Praise Yahweh.
power. So that's what I believe in. Of course, I just don't deal with the religion stuff no more. But yeah, I definitely do. So I don't know, whatever you,
I'm
Alexis,
with you.
however you want to follow that up, but that's what it is for me.
I'm kind of
What
in
about
the
you
same
guys?
boat
How
with
y'all
you on
feel?
that. I'm in the
Okay.
same boat with you on that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
Like, and I was raised up in the church, got ordained in the church, and all that nonsense. My dad's a preacher, my brother's a preacher, my granddaddy was a preacher, my great granddaddy's preacher, like just a long line of preachers. It'd be hard if you catch me walking to one of those buildings. It's probably a funeral going on if I walk in there, but I don't know who is this is directed to. I don't know which one of us this is directed to, but Death Note had a question.
Okay.
Death Note said, "Who hurt you?" Death Note, you're gonna have to tell us who that's supposed to go to. And Alexis said,
Okay, Alexis, what that mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too.
Yeah, whenever you get a chance, yeah. Put it in the chat what you meant by that, Alexis. All right, so guys, I ain't gonna draw out the show too much because I got some ish to do. But I just want to get y'all opinion on what y'all think. So I'm gonna start with you, No Jive. What do you think about? First of all, the title of the show. Who are you to tell black women anything? And then second of all, from this show, is there anything that made you think about anything different moving forward?
I like the title, and I love the video that we started off the conversation with. I think that it was important to see, and it was important for us to respond to your questions to address what she said in the video. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I feel like it was productive, definitely. And then what was your second question?
What did you take away from it, like moving forward, thinking about this for as how you got black females that say, "Who are you to tell black women anything?" You know what I'm
I mean,
saying? So
my stance is not going to change as far as how I'm thinking right now currently, because I'm a man, and yeah, it's gonna have to be a lot more stronger argument coming from their side to change my opinion as far as that's concerned. But yeah.
okay, all right, JV, same thing for you. What do you?
Oh, I'm about to tell you, Alexis came back with a question.
Oh, okay, all right, real cool. What she said?
She said, "Did you have a father in your life?" And before you answer that, I'm gonna throw out Dev Note's question too. He was like, "Nah, I be trolling. Good convo."
We already know that. For me, yes and no. You just had those times where guys knock up moms and just go on about their business. You know what I'm saying? Piece of shit. And you can tell it wasn't just your mom that just made a bad decision, but you can see that the guy did this in other situations when you have other siblings and their mother was left as well. So Papa was a Rolling Stone, so he was doing some effed up ish. You know what I'm saying? But fortunately, I was raised having good men in my life. Like my godfather. You know what I'm saying, from Philly, being there for me. I'm the type of dude. I have 2, 3 godfathers. You know what I'm saying? My first godfather, unfortunately, he was killed when I was 9, 10 years old in '93 over some crazy situation where some dude got into a fight with his brother over some chick. You know what I'm saying? He tried to break up the fight. He tried to shoot my aunt, but he shot my godfather in the back, killed him. But God rest his soul. But he was definitely a great person in my life. You know what I'm saying? Teaching me things. He the first one that showed me and my brothers how to box. Uh, Conversations. You know what I'm saying? His family was in. Matter of fact, his father and mother, God rest their souls, along with my grandparents, may they rest in peace, had a church together. You know what I'm saying? So our families been connected before I was even born. But I had some good brothers in my life that were fathers to me. You know what I'm saying? So that was very important. Um,
Last one, real quick. Death Note said, "We will make progress when both sides come together. Unfortunately, the sex war is raging heavy."
oh yeah, I agree with that. Real quick before Jay, you answer. Yeah, I think that's a big issue. Is because nowadays they have helped women get so out of order that even things that make sense make it harder for a decent brother or man to deal with a woman nowadays. It's all over the place. But so Jay,
Mm-hmm.
same questions to you. You know what I'm saying with the how you feel about the show. You know what I'm saying, especially with the title. Who do you think you ought to tell black women anything? And what do you take from this show going forward?
I believe the title was amazing because that is a question that a lot of black men get faced with in just their day to day walks. Like if they see a woman acting out and saying something, it might not even come from the woman that's acting crazy. It's probably gonna come from her friends first, saying like,
Mm.
"Who are you to be sitting over here trying to tell her something?" I'm like, so the topic, yeah, the topic was amazing. I like the topic, and as the way the show went, oh man, I'm loving it. I like the way that you broke it down into a question session. We got a quick video at the very beginning, which kind of set the tone and got us in the right mindset. And then you broke it down with your questions throughout. And I think that's how, like, man, that's how I want to start trying to do mine on Saturday. Like breaking it down where we bring people on and we have these type of conversations because these conversations need to be had. And it's good to get bounce ideas and bounce thoughts off of other people and get a different perspective. Because maybe you were looking at it one way, like when you asked that question about stop simping or men having the strength to simp, I went straight to stop simping. But after
Mm.
hearing how you said what you said and hearing what Jive said, I came to, oh no, men need to grow some balls and stop simping. So yeah, it's very productive. I loved it. And Alexa's got one
Mm.
more question for you too.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, hold on. I don't even know if that's a question. She said, so how many men did you have in that role to shape you as a man? Like 4, 5?
No, like 10. Like it's
Right.
like I said, I'm an '80s baby. You know what I'm saying? And in my era, you would have not only a father in the house, potential father in the house, but the men in the community. So if you went outside your house doing something stupid, you had to worry about Mr. Jones, Mr. Smith, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Green,
Right.
Mr. Jackson. You had to worry about the whole block of men that were allowed to chastise you if you was out there acting out of order. Well, so as a young man, then as young women, you had Mrs. Johnson next door, you had Mrs. Green, Mrs. Jackson, Mrs. Smith. You couldn't just run out there and do whatever you wanted to do. So we had a community, and as you get older, the sad thing is people pass away. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And things happen. So thankfully, I had about 10 good men around me, you know what I'm saying, from the brothers in the community, whether it was my god brothers, you know what I'm saying, like one stayed across the street, couple stayed a block away, couple more stayed a few more blocks away. They always congregated in front of either our house or across the street or a couple blocks. So it was always men around to check you if you was doing something wrong. But not only that, but walk with you, run a marathon with you in life, which thank God a lot of them still do to this day with me. That I can have a conversation. I'm a grown man now, so we can have a drink or two and just talk about life. You know what I mean? So,
Hey, look, she got another one for you.
all right, go ahead.
I'm about to tell Alexis come to the after show. She said, And out of 10 men that shaped you, you will ask a woman how she felt about KS, and that's a deal breaker. Whoa.
I mean, yeah, because like I said, nowadays, if a woman had a strong man in her life, especially father figure, if she has a problem with what KS had to say, she's gonna have a problem with me because I don't sway. Especially not in my grown ass man stage. When I was younger, I might didn't know no better. But when it comes to relationships, you want me to lead, protect, provide, profess, and all that bullshit. You got to earn it. So I got to put a threshold at what I deal with, because women can bring a lot of drama in your life. Think about it like this. Think about it like this. Okay. So if you mean to tell me, in my situation, me being, I ain't the greatest man, but I decent brother. I ain't beating on you. I ain't hitting on you. I'm working with you. We're not having issues that your friends have, dudes doing all these terrible things to them. And, say the relationship don't work out, but I'm saying about my child, he got a place to go. Anytime you work and go out, whatever, I got my child. You ain't have no issues. I'm breaking bread for whatever he needs. Call me, I go get it. And then when you start messing with a new dude, you put me on child support. The way I could have avoided that is knowing the conversations I needed to have. Because like I said, the conversations were different back then to now. And as a grown man, I got to make my own mind nowadays. So damn right. If she got a problem with Kevin Samuels and say he hate black women or his tone was too harsh, that's a deal breaker. Because if you do something, say something stupid, my tone going to get real harsh real quick. 0 to 60. Believe that. But yeah, you should come on the after show, Lexus. You know how we chop it up. Anybody else want to come? Y'all come through on the after show. We're going to chop it up. Like I said, I only got to cut the show short today because I got shit to do. And actually, I wanted to bring in another video, but got short time. All right. So I appreciate y'all guys, man. I enjoy this show to be able to have this conversation. Like I said, this is just part one of the series. There's going to be more episodes. Got one coming maybe once, if possible, twice a month that we're going to do it, because I got other show ideas. Make sure y'all check me out next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on the JVJ Network. The next title of the show is going to be, Do Black Men Realize They're Messing Up Their Daughters with Relationship Advice They Give? Oh yeah. And y'all probably seen the infamous video already, but I'm going to have 2 or 3 videos. But the video where Shaq said what he said, that he's teaching his daughters,
Oh, don't give it
definitely
away.
gonna be one of the videos. No, I'm saying people might have seen it already, but the other videos I got, I'm not gonna say which one those are. But if you've seen the video that I'm talking about, what Shaq said he gonna do with his daughters, that's what I mean by, do black men not realize they're messing up their daughters with the advice they give? I might shorten the title a little bit, but that's the net of it. Okay, but like I said, I was glad to do this show with y'all guys. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Before we get up out of here, no job. Tell them where to find you at. Tell them what you got going on.
All right. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, most of all, at Reality with No Jive. At Reality with No Jive. Again, I got a gaming channel for all you game heads out there. I'm gonna start streaming Vigor on Friday. I'm gonna start streaming Vigor before I go live on Friday. So I'm gonna have a live stream on Friday on Reality with No Jive, and I'm gonna learn you something. I'm gonna teach you something. Uh, Most definitely. And again, my gaming channel is No Jive TV. And again, business, politics, Congress, laws, developing circumstances, the now, all on Reality with No Jive. Check that out.
Okay, that boy good. That boy good. JV, you know what it is. Run it.
All right.
Same thing with you.
Hey man, y'all come and check out the channel over there. Let's talk with JVJ. Yeah, hit the like, hit the sub button. Also
Most
come back to the
definitely.
network. Yeah, every starting what we doing? We're doing Thursdays right now through Sunday. We got a different content creator on every day. Like Jive is gonna be tomorrow. So come in, tune in, and make sure y'all support him over here. I'm
What's the
Saturday.
time?
Oh, his time. It's always gonna be the same, y'all. 8 p.m.
Yep.
Eastern time.
Eastern.
Eastern time. I always like I'm on the 7 o'clock time, but I'm on Central, so I'm just keep it at 8 because most people are on
Man,
8.
it's storming out here, so if my internet shaky, it's all good. So,
And y'all just catching that storm that we caught last night, man. I had a whole. I told you my road was flooded. But
yeah,
yeah,
man.
y'all make sure y'all support the network. Y'all make sure y'all go and support every content creator. Y'all can find me over at on YouTube at Let's Talk with JVJ. If you're feeling froggy, man, I got other links in there to the Facebook group and to the Instagram. Y'all can go over there and look at that if y'all want to. But that's all I got for y'all, man.
All right. Once again, it's your boy JTL. Want to check me out on my main channel? Go to Out from the Norm 18. Out from the Norm 18. Yes, the number 18. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell for videos that I'm going to be dropping. Also, make sure, if you haven't done it, go to Let's Talk with JV. Subscribe, hit that notification bell over there. Well, go to Reality Talk with No Jive. You already know what it is, man. And every Thursday, like I said, every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be doing a show like this every Thursday. So make sure you come over and you check it out, man. Don't play no games. You already know this your boy over here. So we about to go ahead and end the show. You know what I'm saying? But don't worry, we got content coming out every day. You know what I'm saying? So mess with it. All right. JV, I'm going to let you go ahead and roll us out of here. This your boy JTL. Cheer!
Yeah.